Assalamu alaikum everyone, and it's been a pleasure coming back to Pakistan and discussing about emerging technologies and its very big implication to the financial inclusion. So we'll start once my presentation will be up on the screen. So here's the title, Accelerating the Financial Inclusion with the Emerging Technologies. So what's not going to be focusing on? Of course, I'm not going to be having a global focus. I'll be specific to the Pakistan's situation of financial inclusion and how emerging technologies can be helpful. And secondly, there are many emerging technologies which one of my slides will be covering, but I'll be focusing on three of them. Which are those three? Again, one of my slides in coming ones will be revealing that. So what's in it? It will be all about how we can add financial inclusions for the citizens of Pakistan, right, with emerging technologies. By the way, to start with the very ordinary fact, which is the statistics that 80% of Pakistans are not having a financial inclusion. They are unbanked or underbanked severely, and that's where we have the opportunity. That's again rather seeing the glass half empty, it's a glass half filled situation, that there is an opportunity for us in the technology that we can build this number from 20% to maybe let's take it to the 80%. These are some of the emerging technologies mapped by the World Economic Forum, and of course you can see mostly they are the ones which are leading in the different parts of the world and bringing different value to the different verticals. So but my focus will be on these three. That will be the blockchain, the AI, and the metaverse, which is bringing a lot of buzz in the recent times. So let's briefly discuss the role of blockchain in the financial inclusion. It will bring the fraud resilience, which is the major quality. Let me go briefly and touch that every emerging technology has some core benefit. Blockchain has a benefit of a trust, AI has a benefit of efficiency, IoT has a benefit of like connectivity, and big data has a benefit for the better decision making. So here if you see all of the 6 values mainly driven towards the trust or fraud resilience, but again the cost reduction and other elements of the digitization will be there. Then the role of AI, again improvement in the efficiency, improvement in the productivity. These are the main things. Of course you can identify the frauds, and which is again critical part for the financial inclusions. Role of metaverse. Of course in coming slides I will reveal more about metaverse as well, but primarily we are going in that digital world now, where it, or rather I should say physical world, and that is where I will be focusing more than the AI and the blockchain. Most of us are already familiar with these two emerging ones, but again a culmination of all emerging technologies is metaverse, and enterprise metaverse is the space where I focus more than the gaming and the other sectors. So yes, we can do a lot of things in metaverse, which in coming slides I'll show how the trailblazers in this industry are achieving. First of all, what is the metaverse? It's a very simply a new iteration or the next evolution of internet, and we can do work, we can do socializing, we can do the learning part, big element of e-commerce and transactions, play, and of course the element is the next evolution of everything evolves. Cars have evolved, they are going to EV, the data has evolved. Similarly, internet has been evolving as well. We started with the like let's say websites, then the apps have been in our hands. Now we are moving towards a 3D experience, a more interactive, immersive experience, and that will be coming through the metaverse. And that has implications on banking, that has implications on insurance. What you can do, for example, you can do your sales, you can do the product planning, you can bring on teams from different parts of the world, and then they can interact and do stuff more engaging, in a more engaging way. You can do the claims processing, you can do the asset management in metaverse, and so on so forth. We'll reveal a couple of trailblazers in this space. For example, the place where I'm coming from, Dubai, there is a commercial bank, International, CBI. They already have their service center for their users or the clients in the metaverse. Then there is Emirates and BD as well. You can see other examples as well. You can go and ask for the opening of the account, you can check your balance, and so much you can do now in this metaverse environment, which is evolving. This is something my company is doing. We are creating service centers for the banks, for the financial centers, so that they can invite the people to come in the metaverse environment. They will have avatars serving them, just like when you go in the service center, the bank, you get to meet people and ask for some queries and get some work done there. Similarly, in this metaverse environment, we can keep it very digitally high tech, but of course it's a transition, and we didn't want to do it so much tech based that a normal users feel big disconnect. So that's why you have seen we have kept the avatars in the human way, and of course you saw the Arab style avatars, because the primary market we are serving is the Middle East, and that's how things are evolving again for the financial service centers, which currently we are getting from our online apps, our websites. So that's one experience. Other project we are doing is the InvoiceMate, and again in InvoiceMate that will be the first enterprise application in the world moving towards the metaverse. And again you can do your invoicing in this metaverse environment. You can check your analytics, you can interact with your accounting team can interact with the accounting team of your client or your supplier. So a lot can be done in that manner. This is how we are bringing it all together in InvoiceMate. So banks are bringing their financing muscle, then the payment gateways are bringing their expertise, or the APIs to pay the invoices, to receive the payments of invoices, and then there are different functions of organization, starting from the accounting desk to the approver desk, reviewer desk. Everything has been interconnected in the metaverse environment and the non-metaverse environment to bring the best experience for invoicing. Why we are doing InvoiceMate? Because this field has a lot of operational vertices or challenges. For example, fraud is the big one, tempered invoices, errors, disputes. So much is happening in this space that the invoice financing is not a big mean of credit or product for the financial institutions. And this all InvoiceMate's technology, which is the culmination of AI, blockchain, metaverse, is bringing this fraud resilience and the other features which are enabling the invoice financing in a quick and at the same time faster way. That's the disruptive service. You have heard KYC, know your customer, KYB, know your business, but this is something very new, KYI, know your invoice. That's important for the banks to feel that the authentic invoice is there for the financing needs, for the working capital needs of micro or SMEs who are under a lot of deprived for their financing needs. So the whole focus is bringing financial inclusion. You need to come up with the innovative, it's not about technology, it's about the utility of the technology, how you are using different emerging technologies to bring value. And in our case, we are bringing value for the financial inclusion, for those who are in the 80% bracket, who are not having bank accounts, who are not having facility to transfer their money, to receive their money, who have no facility for financing, for the working capital finance, or non-collateral based finance, which is a need for their working capital and cash flows. So that's how, with the help of emerging technologies, you can bring a lot of value. So this is how we filter out the fake, the tempered, the duplicate invoices from the original or authentic ones. So we call it from suspicious to the obvious. So that's what the InvoiceMate is doing with the help of emerging technologies, algorithms, AI, and again, as I said, blockchain. So banks, of course, get a lot of value proposition, fraud resilience, speedier financing, which is very important. Normally, for invoice financing, you have to wait for 20 days, which generally is a very important time for any SMEs. AI-based algorithms give the risk profiling. Then onwards, you get the access to the client, new client segments as well, so on and so forth. So the next is the United Nations Sustainability Goals. Out of the 17 goals, 9 are for the financial stability or inclusion. We, with the InvoiceMate, are taking 4 of them and bringing this financial inclusion to the world. In the end, I would say that Pakistan needs more fintechs, and more fintechs means more financial inclusion in Pakistan. We need more Sada Pays, we need more Neems, we need more Finjas, we need more Zindagis, and we need more Easy Paisas, and of course more InvoiceMate-like projects. Thank you indeed. It's been a pleasure sharing the insights about how emerging technologies can bring value to the financial inclusion, and especially to the financial inclusion of Pakistan.